Life is often compared to a game because, like a game, it has certain characteristics that are similar. Just as a game has rules that govern how it is played, life has its own set of rules or laws of nature that determine how things happen. For example, the law of gravity dictates that things fall down, not up. In a game, there are objectives to achieve, whether it's reaching the highest level, accumulating the most points, or completing a quest, and there are challenges that players must overcome to progress. These challenges can be difficult, frustrating, or even seem impossible at times. Similarly, in life, people often have goals they want to achieve, such as finding a fulfilling career, building meaningful relationships, or pursuing personal growth. Life also presents us with challenges as well, in the form of setbacks, failures, and hardships. How we respond to these challenges can determine our success and happiness in life. What you have to know is that, in the game of life, you are not just a player, you are the creator of your own reality. While you cannot control external events or the actions of others, you have complete control over how you perceive and respond to these events. Your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes shape your experience of the world and ultimately determine the course of your life. This concept is often referred to as internal locus of control, which means that you believe you have the power to influence the events in your life. People with an internal locus of control tend to be more proactive, resilient, and successful in achieving their goals, compared to those with an external locus of control, who believe that external forces determine their fate. Understanding that you have the power of choice is empowering. You can choose how you interpret events, how you respond to challenges, and what actions you take to shape your future. This doesn't mean that you can control everything that happens to you, but it does mean that you have the ability to control how you react and adapt to whatever life throws your way. And now, just as there are rules that govern how games are played, there are also laws of the universe that govern how life operates. These laws are not man-made rules, but rather fundamental principles that underlie the nature of reality. Understanding and aligning with these laws can have a profound impact on your ability to create the life you desire. One of the most well-known laws is the law of attraction, which states that like attracts like. This means that the thoughts and emotions you project into the world will attract similar experiences back to you. If you focus on positive thoughts and feelings, you will attract positive experiences into your life. Conversely, if you dwell on negative thoughts and emotions, you will attract negative experiences. Another important law is the law of cause and effect, also known as karma. This law states that every action has a corresponding reaction. In other words, the energy you put out into the world will eventually come back to you in some form. When you understand this law, you can take responsibility for your actions and strive to create positive outcomes. After viewing life as a game, there is a profound shift in mindset, transforming the way you perceive and interact with the world around you. Instead of seeing yourself as a passive victim of circumstances, you begin to see yourself as an active player, capable of influencing the outcome of the game through your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. This shift in mindset can have a number of powerful effects. For one, it can change the way you view challenges and success. Instead of seeing challenges as obstacles to be avoided or overcome, you begin to see them as opportunities for growth and development. You understand that just as in a game, overcoming challenges is an essential part of the journey and can lead to greater rewards down the line. And instead of viewing success as a static achievement or destination, you begin to see it as a dynamic process. Each success becomes a stepping stone to further growth and achievement, rather than an end point in itself. Now that we're in the game of life, there are certain rules or principles that, when understood and applied, can lead to a more fulfilling life. One of these rules is the importance of creating yourself. Unlike a game where you choose a character to play, in life you have the power to create and shape your own identity. You can choose the kind of person you want to be by cultivating qualities such as kindness, courage, resilience, and compassion. Another important rule is the necessity of being tough and bouncing back from failures. Just as in a game, you will face setbacks and challenges in life. What sets successful people apart is their ability to persevere in the face of challenges. They see failure not as a defeat, but as an opportunity to learn and grow stronger. Recognizing the connection between all players is a key rule of the game of life. We are all interconnected, and our actions can have a ripple effect that extends far beyond ourselves. By recognizing and honoring this connection, we can cultivate empathy and understanding towards others, leading to more meaningful relationships. Another thing you have to know is that life is not a finite game with a clear endpoint or winner. It is an infinite game that continues until our last breath. This perspective shifts our understanding of success and failure. In the infinite game of life, failure is not the opposite of success, but a part of it. It is through our failures that we learn, grow, and ultimately succeed. The key to playing the infinite game of life is to never give up. No matter how many times you fall, you have the power to get back up and keep moving forward. The game of life is not about reaching a final destination, but about embracing the journey and making the most of every moment.